Hi children, good morning. Nice to meet you. Today we met to discuss the continuation of the lesson. The second chapter, which is, tissues. In it, our topic is permanent tissues. So that is we have studied, I think. Permanent tissues. In it, the second part, that is complex permanent tissues. Complex permanent tissues. So before that, I enter. I want something from you. You don't study the permanent tissues, simple permanent tissues very well? Okay. Simple permanent tissues. What are the differences of simple permanent tissues from complex tissues? Why we are saying these tissues, they are complex? Have any similarities or differences between them? Okay. Yes, we go to discuss. In a simple permanent tissues, they possess differentiation. That is, meristematic tissues we have studied. They possess differentiation. They are taking up, different size, shape and functions they are doing. But all the cells, they are unspecialized cells. You know that? Yes. Specialized and unspecialized cells they have. And also, they exhibit slight differences when you compare them. If you study well, you have no problem. Okay. If I will take the complex permanent tissues and make a comparative study, you have no difficulty. Okay? Yes. So in a complex permanent tissues, they are also permanent. They possess differentiation. No need of discussion of permanent tissues. We have discussed everything clearly. I know it. That is why, they permanent, how they become permanent shape, size, etc. they occurred once they are meristems. They lost their dividing capacity and they become permanent. They are taking part in a fixed position and also they are playing a role. You know that. So here the complex permanent tissues consist of more than one type of cells. More than one type of cells. Which are they? More than one type of cells means it consisting 3 or 4 cells in it. These say they are tissues. So the complex tissues. So these complex tissues together, they coordinate their doing functions. Coordinate well and doing functions. Okay? Yes. So together they are doing their function. So what are complex permanent tissues? Complex permanent tissues are complex because they consisting of more than one type of cells. They possess specialized cells. These cells together doing a function. Okay. Yes. Which are these tissues? These tissues are called as vascular bundles or vascular tissues, commonly called as conductive tissues. Conductive tissues are xylem and phloem. You know that, xylem and phloem. So conductive tissues are xylem and phloem. What are vascular bundles? In it consisting of only xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem tissues are, they conduct what? Water and minerals. Okay, minerals, ions are present in it, water from the soil. Then the food materials from the parts of the plant body to appropriate areas that we will discuss. Okay, so they mainly doing what? A transportation, transport the items from one area to another area. You know, they are called as conductive tissues. What they conduct? They conduct water, minerals and food items. We can say generally they conduct. So they are called as conductive tissue. Which are our conductive tissues? Conductive tissues are xylem and phloem. Okay? Yes, they together called as vascular bundles, vascular tissues. So let's go to discuss each. So different types of cells are present in the xylem and in the phloem. So in the xylem is composed of 4 types of elements. So we can say that xylem and its elements. Which are they? The first you know that xylem trachea. Second one is vessel, xylem vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Are you clear? Okay, let's go to right. So the first is xylem and its components. You know, xylem trachea. Then vessels. Then xylem parenchyma. And fourth, xylem fibers. Xylem fibers. Are you clear? Then tracheids and vessels. So you can see clearly the picture is given in your textbook. Okay. So what is the shape of the xylem? You know that. So the xylem tracheids and vessels, they are tubular in nature. Tubular in nature. Are you clear? Yes. You know, you can see the picture of the. So here, this type of. So these are the. This is a xylem. This is xylem trachea. Xylem trachea. You know, consisting of some holes. Actually, it is a valve. We called these valves. They are pits. What we called pits. What is the need of pits in tracheids? Yeah, what is the role of pits? You know that it prevents the flow of water backwardly, only in one direction. It opens and water flow upwards and then it closes. I will say you know that. Tracheids and vessels, they are tubular in nature. Tubular. So they conduct water in upward direction. Are you clear? Yes, they conduct water and minerals in upward direction. Then what about the xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers? This is xylem parenchyma. Do you know all parenchyma cells? We have studied parenchyma cells. They are nutritive in function. They store food and water. That is the same. It is also doing here the xylem parenchyma. They store food and water. It is the only living cells in the xylem elements. Among xylem elements, it is the only living one. Are you clear? Xylem parenchyma. Then what about xylem fibers? Xylem fibers are dead cells. They use support, mechanical support. They are fibers. Yeah, fibers. It's made up of sclerenchymatous tissue that you will study in higher classes. Okay. So 4 types of xylem. They are tracheid vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. So in the tracheids, we can see pits. So these pits prevents the flow of water in backward direction. Okay, so in this xylem, so these together, these four elements, they coordinate well and doing this function. What is the function? That is the conduction of water and minerals in upward directions. Okay? Yes. So then they conduct water and minerals in upward directions. So only it ensures the flow of water and minerals only in one direction. Where is the kitchen of the leaf of the plant? That is in the leaves. Where in the leaves only photosynthesis taking place. Water and minerals, that is the raw materials for photosynthesis. Okay, are you clear? Okay. So next is about how to draw the diagrams. All the diagrams are very important. That is given in your textbook. Okay. Yes. So next is about phloem. About phloem. Phloem. Phloem, it is like a xylem. It also a conductive tissues, but it consisting of 4 type of elements also. Phloem and its components. Which are they? Sieve tubes, companion cells, then phloem, parenchyma and phloem fibers. Are you clear? Okay. Sieve tubes, then companion cells, then phloem, parenchyma and phloem fibers. Okay, sieve tubes and companion cells. So they have perforated walls. Perforated walls. Then phloem, parenchyma. It is the only living tissues among these elements. Then phloem fibers are dead cells. You know that. So here, what are the functions of this? You know that there are 2 lab cells with the perforated walls. What are the functions of this phloem? So phloem, they conduct the food materials. After photosynthesis, they transport the dissolved food items from their leaf to appropriate areas. It is also one of the conduction. That they conduct food from after photosynthesis from their leaves to different storage areas of the plant body. Are you clear? The diagram is also very important. That the sieve tubes and companion cells, they are together, they are doing the function. So here the phloem, parenchyma, it is the only living cells. What is the function of the parenchyma cells? So phloem fibers also. All the fibers consisting of sclerenchymatous tissues. So we have studied about sclerenchymatous tissues and their specialized tissues. So what are their functions, etc. So what they are doing, their specific functions, etc. we have studied. So then including them, so you have to study the functions of these. So sieve tubes and companion cells, parenchyma and fibers also. So together these are the phloem and its elements, the xylem and its elements, together we call that as a complex tissues. Are you clear? Okay. So that's enough today. Let me to stop here.